Hello, everybody. Welcome to How to Use Email Marketing to Make More Money. My name is Brittany Thompson. I am the owner of Social Caffeine, a digital marketing firm in Eastern North Carolina, and I have been a work at home mom and wife for about 9 years now. I have a 10-year-old daughter. I've been working in marketing for over 10 years and I have written over 2,000 marketing emails. I know that's a lot of emails, but I have written a lot of emails, so I know what I'm talking about. And I've sold over $10 million worth of products for my clients with email alone. So I'm going to get started today. I want to teach you all my tips and tricks. If you guys have questions, feel free to stick them down in the comments below this lesson. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. I really love connecting with my audience and connecting with my students. So that being said, don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. All right. I want to remind you guys that we are going to be really busy. We're going to be blowing through a lot of this information quickly. And here are the things that we're going to cover. Okay. We have 6 different sections. There's going to be 15 minutes of teaching and 5 minutes of questions. Section 1, we're going to cover the basics. Section 2 is going to be subscribers. Section 3 is going to talk about content. Section 4 will be sending your email. Section 5, making money. And Section 6 will be all about data. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in with Section 1, email marketing basics. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about what systems are available. There are a lot of really amazing systems out there. These are the 3 that I am most familiar with, and I have a favorite, so I'm going to shamelessly talk about my favorite today, and that'll be on the next slide. But Constant Contact is a great tool. It's really easy to use. I love that they have a free stock image library, and we'll talk a little bit more about stock images and why that's important a little bit later. But the problem with Constant Contact is that it can be a little bit pricey if you're just starting out, all right? MailChimp is another great system. But again, it's very similar to Constant Contact in its ease of use. The split testing feature, which is wonderful in MailChimp, is available, and it's free to get started up to 2,000 subscribers. If you hit over 2,000 subscribers, you are going to be billed at a pretty high rate of increase at that point. So that's something to consider. There's also a learning curve with some users sometimes. So think about those things before you sign up for an email marketing system. I'm going to have links below this lesson, this video lesson on the page so that you can actually view all of the information that I'm talking about, even download the slides and click all of the links to go and view the packages, because I do have some special offers for students of mine that are available, affiliate links that are available for you guys to use to get special discounts and offers. All right, this is my shameless plug for ConvertKit. I love it. My life got so much easier when I switched over to ConvertKit. It is so easy to use. You can send plain text emails or designed emails. It depends on what you want to do. There's more functions for the email built in, and it's an easy to use form. All right, so really super simple. You can design a form and plug it right in on your website, which is fantastic because a lot of times most of us don't know HTML. We don't know all these complicated things. We don't want to, sit there for hours trying to design something. These make it really easy to use. You just drag and drop and it's really super simple. You can also tag your audience for better marketing segmentation. So say for instance, I do this email marketing class, but then I have a class about Squarespace and how to design your Squarespace slides, your Squarespace site. I would not want to send the same information to both of those lists. I want them to both get individualized emails that have to do with what they're interested in. So that's a really great feature. You also can do auto dripping sequences through ConvertKit, which is wonderful because that basically means somebody signs up for your email list, and that email list may be a year old, and you're getting new subscribers on a regular basis, but they automatically are being dripped out content that you wrote one time, and it just automatically drips it out. All right. The con on this one is that it can feel slightly overwhelming at first. And I am going to do a ConvertKit tutorial on my blog. So if you guys are interested in that, once it's finished, the link will be down below in the description of this video. So make sure that you check that out. Also, make sure that you use my affiliate link if you want to sign up for ConvertKit. You get 2 weeks of it free, and it starts at $29. The first lowest package is $29. So it's really a great deal, and I would really super recommend you using a email system and not sending emails from your personal email account. And we'll talk about why in a little while. All right. The next section is to make sure that you are CanSpam compliant, okay? CanSpam is the Federal Trade Commission's answer to the spam epidemic that happened when AOL came out with email and everything. So here are a few basic rules. You need to make sure that you include your valid physical postal address in every email that you send out. This is not an optional thing. You have to include that. You also need to give your recipients a clear and obvious way to opt out, okay, or unsubscribe from every email that you send. So there needs to be an unsubscribe link in your email, and I'll talk about where to place that in your email so that it doesn't tank your subscriber list, all right? You need to use clear, from, to, and reply to language, okay? So basically, you don't want it to be from Britney Spears. Nobody is going to believe that. They're going to automatically mark you spam. Like, that's not true. So make sure that it's from you. You make sure that it's to the sender, and then make sure that all of your replies go to an email address that you check on the regular to make sure that you're not sending bounced emails, all right? You also cannot sell or transfer any email address to another list, okay? So if I have a mattress company and I open a bakery, I cannot take all of my mattress company emails and put those over on my baking company mailing list. That's illegal, and it will get you in trouble, okay? All right, the next rule that you need to make sure that you follow is to only use open source photography. All right, copyright infringements can cause serious issues for you and seriously cost you tons of money. Make sure that you're using stock photography or photos that you have personally taken yourself. Some of the email systems that we've talked about, MailChimp and Constant Contact, do actually provide a stock library built in. But if you don't have a stock library, if you end up going with ConvertKit, then you can actually download free stock images on unsplash.com or pixabay.com. Those are both really great resources for free stock photography, and those links will be down in the description with my notes. All right, let's talk about some email marketing etiquette, okay? Email marketing etiquette. Do not use a misleading subject line. All right. Keep the information short and easy to read and easy to interpret. You want to make sure that you're always communicating with your guest and your subscriber about how frequently you're going to be sending emails. All right. So now is the section where I go ahead and take questions. And I have a few questions from when I did this class live, from some of my students, and they were really great questions, so I just wrote them down. So I'm going to run through what some of their questions were. If you have more questions for these sections, go ahead and stick them down in the comments below this post. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, okay? So the question that I got after this section was, what should I be doing? How should I be notifying them about the frequency of the emails? So basically what you're going to want to make sure that you do is that you have an automatic welcome email that asks people to opt in, a double opt-in, so that you're not getting fake subscribers and you're paying for a bloated list that doesn't do you any good. All right? All right, so that automatic email, usually what I do is I just say, hi, I'm so glad you joined my mailing list. Here's whatever free information you signed up for. I'm really glad to have you. Here's what you can expect over the next 5 days. I'm going to send you one email a day, and it's going to walk you through this. And then it gives them the unsubscribe button down at the bottom. All right. Okay. So the next section 2, gaining new subscribers. Okay. So we're going to talk about some of the most popular ways that you can gain new subscribers and the ways that I use personally. Okay. All right. So free download offers. This is a really popular way of gaining new email subscribers right now. You can offer a free ebook between 15 and 20 pages. A worksheet or a printable are always good ideas. So some of the free ebook ideas would be where to go for dinner in your area. What 5 essential oil blends I love right now, with recipes on how to blend them. The best seafood recipes that you can find, right? Things like that. So it depends on your niche, your people that you're actually talking to. So if your clients and customers and subscribers are wanting certain types of information from you, do something that's informational to your industry that you're an expert in already. Okay. Um, a free printable or a worksheet could be something as simple as a shell hunting coloring sheet, a scavenger hunt for kids at the beach, 10 things you need to pack for vacation, a recipe card, a checklist, or how to instructions. Those things are really popular online right now. Even you could do even a designed calendar if you had something like that. You could pay somebody to design you a nice calendar sheet and then offer that as a free downloadable. All right. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you embed a sign up form on your website. Okay. This is going to drive qualified leads to your list for marketing segmentation. Okay. So offer your free download on the form, embed it on the homepage and the blog pages. Now, if you're going to put it on a page that is selling something, make sure that it does not pop up in the middle of their purchase, uh, because that's going to distract them. First of all, we don't care so much about them getting on the email list while they're making a purchase, because if they're making a purchase, they're gonna end up on your email list because you're gonna get their email through the purchase. And if you're not capturing emails from people you're purchasing from that are purchasing from you, make sure that you're doing that. That's really super important. You want to remarket to your customers and clients all the time. All right. Most of the time, you can easily create these through most of the email providers that we've talked about. So you can create these within the email system and then have the website manager, or if you do it yourself, embed it directly on the right pages on your website, okay? So again, don't add it to a page where you're trying to make a sale. You could, on a sale page, I would set it to pop up when someone tries to leave so that I can recapture that lead and it'll let me know. I tag them on a separate list saying, cart abandoned or whatever, so that I could send them information based on, when they left and why they didn't make the purchase, and kind of entice them to come back. That helps to increase your sales dramatically. Um, you can also have it automatically pop up on a page after like 10 or 15 seconds. I would say 15 seconds would be good. And that's usually on blog pages is where you'll see that. All right. So the next way you can get subscribers is to pull lists from subscription services that you have. So if you have a subscription service that you pay for, that gains you leads every month, make sure you download that list regularly and put your new subscribers into a welcome email format so that they know what to expect from you. And also, new customers need to be added to your email list, just like we talked about on the last slide. Make sure that all of your new customers and old customers alike are on your email list because they've bought from you once, so it's reasonable to say that they will probably buy from you again. All right? The last way that you can really gain some new subscribers is to actually use social media. Just ask people to sign up for your email list on social media. These are people that are interested but may not have purchased already. So you're going to want to make sure that you craft a really eye-catching graphic, ask people to subscribe for discounts, news, or freebies. And always include a disclaimer when you're emailing people a discount. Okay, so if you're emailing a discount out, make sure that you put a little disclaimer on the bottom of that so that people know that they're getting this because they're an email subscriber. All right. All right. So, one of the questions that I got after this section was, are there any additional ways to gain email subscribers? And I said, yes, absolutely. There are things like trade shows. There are things like, just having a drawing. If you're a restaurant or a local business, if you put your business card in and you win a free sub or whatever, so you could send that out on a weekly basis, and you would gain a lot of emails, and those people actually eat from your place. You can also go to local businesses and you can say, would you be willing to partner with me and send out an email about my restaurant or my service or my company? And it would be like a complimentary relationship, a complimentary service, and they may reciprocate, and you'll gain lots of new subscribers from that. So those are some extra little ideas. Be creative. Don't be afraid, because gaining new subscribers is always a good thing for you. All right. Moving on to section 3, what to send in your emails. This is always the hardest part for people. I don't want you to panic. If you've signed up for my email list, then you are probably watching this because you've gotten this link from my email list. I'm going to send out 5 emails to you over the next 5 days, and we're going to write an email together. I know how difficult this is. I know how intimidating it can be. What do I put in here? Where do I put things? So I wanted to make sure that you actually knew I'm actually going to help you write your first email, and you're going to see some really great success with that. All right? So let's talk about subject lines. All right? Subject lines are going to directly affect your open rate percentage. All right? So this is the number of people that open your email. All right? You want to be clear about what the content is and making it enticing for your readers, okay? Then you're going to want to also make sure that you leave the reader a little bit curious or excited so that they're really wanting to click that link. They're really wanting to open that email to find out what the little mystery inside is. What's the little bonus? What's the exciting thing that's inside of this email? When you write an active voice, it inspires action. All right. So always try and keep it positive, action oriented, and make sure that you leave that curiosity. I can't say that enough. It's super important. I have a link down here from Constant Contact on how to write better headlines. That's going to be down in the notes section of this. Please make sure that you click on that, and it's a whole article on how to write really great headlines. Okay. All right. Preheader text. All right. This is kind of a little bit of the same. It's the text that goes right under the subject line that gives you a little preview about what's going to be in that email. All you want to do in here is keep it short and provide a small piece of information, and make sure you don't give away your secret. All right, there's nothing too huge on that, and I'm going to show you one of mine that I've written that did really well, and then you can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. All right, the from email and the reply to email, you always want to make sure that it's sent from someone in your company who actually answers the emails. All right, make it personal. You want to make sure you're sending it from a person's email. You are going to get a lot of auto replies like, I'm on vacation this week, or I'm, in Hawaii, or I'm out of the office for personal reasons, and bounce notifications. Those are completely normal. You can delete those out of your inbox, and don't worry about them too much. Now, if you get those all the time, then it may be time to remove that specific subscriber from your list. Okay? Also, make sure that you use the first name tags in the body of the email for an extra personal touch. All of the email systems that I talked about today provide you the option to write in the greeting line, hello, and then the first name of the subscriber as it's written in your list, okay? So make sure when you're putting people in to your email list that you spell everything correctly. That's really important. That will really help make it personal, and it'll make them want to read it because you're addressing them directly. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the permission reminder. This is a little box that's going to help you from getting thousands of spam reports. That is a real thing, depending on the size of your list, obviously. If you only have 45 or 50 people on your list, you're not going to get 1,000 spam reports. I want to just stress that in some email systems, this is just a simple little checkbox like constant contact. It's just a little checkbox that you enable, and then you write in what you feel like you want to write. You can also add this as a little text box up at the top of your email as well. So there are multiple workarounds for this. This is what mine says. It just says, "Hi, this is a reminder that you are getting this email because you've expressed an interest in company name. Be sure to add company email address to your email book so that we are sure to land in your inbox." All right, so something very simple. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what my emails look like when I add the permission reminder and what my subject and pre-header and all of that looks like. All right. So this is an email that I sent for one of my clients, and it says, "We have a money-making surprise inside. This is one of our biggest money makers. Can you guess what it is?" So that leaves a little bit of mystery. It leaves a little bit of enchantment, a little enticement. And then obviously right down there, I selected that permission reminder box that's highlighted in red. And I put my little inbox, I put my little thing in there and made sure that it lands in people's inbox. And I included my social sharing links. All right. So that's Constant Contact specifically uses that. So I want to just give you guys a little bit of a preview of what that looks like. All right. Now we're going to move on to the email body copy. All right. This is where we do our selling and information. Keep your paragraphs short and sweet. All right. This is really crazy, but the average American only reads for comprehension at a fourth grade reading level. All right. So keep all of your adjectives and sentence structures simple to understand and digest. And remember that features are the things that tell about what you're selling. Your benefits is actually selling. Okay? So make sure that when you put something in there that it's a benefit, all right? So a feature would be this house, this vacation home is close to the ocean. The benefit is walk out your door and right onto the sand. Oh my goodness, who doesn't want to do that? And that makes me feel a little bit happier when I read that. That makes me understand the feeling that I'm going to get when I actually do this thing. When I take this action, I will get this feeling. All right? You're also going to want to make sure that you format your text to be easily read on mobile phones. So no teeny tiny little text. Make sure that it's at least 14 to 16 point font. All right. And use bullet point lists to increase retention. People are going to read your email, but they're going to scan it a lot of times. You have some readers and then you have some scanners. Make sure that you have a good mix of paragraph and bullet point content for people that scan emails so that they get the main digestible information of the email. And if it's really interesting to them, they're going to go back and read the whole thing. All right. Now, your email footers. This contains some links and some FTC regulation requirements that we talked about in the first section. All right. So you're going to want to make sure that you have your address, your phone number, and your website links. Okay. Always include a link to your website. All right. People are going to want to go visit your website and you want to drive traffic there because that's where you do a lot of selling. Also, make sure you include your social sharing links near the bottom or in the footer so that people can connect with you on social media. It gives you another way to actually talk to them and make a connection with them. Make sure that you have an unsubscribe option in the email somewhere. Personally, I put it in there a couple of times. All right. Your website and phone number and your address must be included to make sure that you're FTC compliant. All right. So always put those things in your footer. And usually what I do is I get my email template set and then I copy that email template over and over again. All right. All right. So one of the questions that I got was that I actually said that I put my unsubscribe button in there a couple of times. I put my button at the top and at the bottom of my email. So I want people to be able to easily unsubscribe. Why do I care about that? Because if they don't care about my emails and they don't want to be on my email list, I don't want them there because I pay by the subscriber, right? So it's in the thousands, but still, if I have, 50 people that are subscribed to my list that are never going to buy from me and they're not interested in my information, I don't want them on my list. I want them to be happy. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sell people things and give people information that's going to make their life easier and better. So if they don't need my information, I don't want to try and force them to stay on my list. I also got another question from somebody about how do I make sure that I have that it's easy to unsubscribe. Honestly, I always go with the one click unsubscribe information button. You don't need multiple marketing information from people unless you're a large agency with thousands of people unsubscribing from you at a time. It's really not going to be that relevant. In general, people are going to be unsubscribing for two different reasons. Number one, they already have your product and they don't need anything else from you. Or number two, the email information wasn't relevant to them. All right. So if I can assume that it's one of those two things, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at my emails, make sure there's nothing that stands out. And then if I get tons of unsubscribes, then I'll go back and check my email and make some changes and do a split test. All right. All right. Moving on. Section number 4, when to send your emails. This is one of my favorite sections and I really like it. And I used a blog. It's actually a case study that a blog named CoSchedule did. And CoSchedule is a social marketing and content planning tool that I use that's wonderful. I'll put a link down in the description. If you have never heard of CoSchedule, I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a wonderful tool. And they did a case study on 10 different case studies about email marketing, and they put all the information in one easy to consume place, and it's wonderful. So the case studies said the best day to send email is going to be on Tuesdays. All right, Tuesday is your best day to send email. If you're sending 2 emails a week, you're going to want to send your second email on Thursdays every week. All right. Now, they also talked about when's the best time to send your email. So, in general, the best time is 10 a.m. because late morning times are when people are, kind of just getting to work. They're checking email anyway. So, they're probably checking personal email too, because a lot of people have it integrated onto their phones and on their computers. So, 10 a.m. is a great time. Also, 8 p.m., because this is before people are getting ready to wind down and go to bed. And a lot of people check their email just to make sure they didn't miss anything from the day. Also 2 p.m. because 2 p.m. is kind of when people get out of, like, they're just out of lunch and they're like in that post lunch like nap slump that everybody gets. And so checking email is an easy way for them to engage their brain without having to worry if they're getting it right. All right. And then also, this one cracked me up a little bit. I thought it was really funny. 50% of people begin their day with checking their email before they even get out of bed. I'm guilty of this, so it made me laugh a little bit because I'm just that kind of person. So it made me laugh a little bit because that's definitely me. So I was laughing because, wow, that's interesting. I'm one of the 50%. All right. So this right here is a chart about when the best time to send your emails and all of the different variations. These are 12 different variations that you could use. Tuesdays and Thursdays were the most popular. Wednesday was the third highest day. Personally, I would not send emails on Wednesdays. They tend to get lost in the shuffle of trying to get done with everything. It's midweek. Everyone is really focused on what they're trying to do for work. So to me, Wednesdays are a really bad day to send emails, but you can always try it. All right. So some final thoughts on this right here. These numbers and statistics are going to vary based on your industry, based on your products, based on your audience. Okay, so don't be afraid to split test. Don't be afraid to try sending more than one email a week. But at the same time, don't be so unpredictable in your testing that people don't know what to expect from you. All right. Now, this is a question that I got about split testing. What are some of the things that we should watch out for when we're split testing emails? Now, split testing means that you're sending two different variations of the same thing to an equally divided list right down the middle to see which one performs better. Now, am I going to want to split test the subject line, the pre-header, the body copy, the images, the links? Am I going to want to split test all of those things? No, not at one time. You can split test one thing at a time. So split test your subject line with one email. Split test your pre-header text with another email. Split test your body copy with a different email. And don't be unpredictable when you're sending. All right? Okay. This says section 3, but it's actually section 5. I got my slides mixed up. So there we go. We're all human. We all make mistakes. There's mine. So there you go. Section number 5, making money with your emails. All right. Now, you do want to make sure that you offer products, your products, in your emails. Okay. Now, here are some tips about offering your own products. Make sure that you have high quality, good, high resolution images. They always need to have a tag with descriptive wording because sometimes your images are going to show up and they're going to be broken just based on people's individual email settings. That's nothing you can control. It's all about them and their email service provider. So, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a tag on each one of your descriptions, making it really clear what that image is supposed to be. And then if it gives them a little broken thing, they can click on that and it'll download the image if they want to look at it. All right. So that will help retain the number of people that that click on that. All right. Always use the benefits of your product when you're writing about your products. We don't care if something's good for us if it tastes gross, okay? We want something that is delicious and good for us, all right? So use the benefits of your product, all right? How are they going to feel, right? So we talked about that a little bit earlier. What are they going to feel when they buy your product? What's the benefit of buying with you over buying with your competitor? All right? Think about those things that make you stand out. All right. Now, some good calls to action, CTA, all right, calls to action are currently shop now, book now, buy now, learn more. It gives your reader an indication of what you want them to do next. All right. Now, we've been experimenting with some of these things like, yes, I deserve a better vacation, or yes, I want to make more money with my email marketing, or yes, I'm tired of having a frustrating time making money on Facebook, right? So you can say things that are a little bit longer that indicate nobody's going to want to say no to that. They're going to be more likely to click on a button that calls them, it's a hook for them to actually hook them in and tell them, this is what you want to make sure that you're doing, okay? No, you don't want to lose money on Facebook. Yes, you want to make money on Facebook. Click this button. I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? All right. These are another thing that a lot of people overlook with their email marketing. Selling affiliate products. Now, what are affiliate products? These are your upsells to help you make more money, all right? So these are add-ons. So say that I have a fishing charter and I'm selling charter times to go out deep sea fishing on my boat. Well, some add-ons could be somebody who would bring food and stock coolers and all of that, and we'll do that all for you, and all it's going to cost you is an additional $300 for all your food and alcohol and everything for the day, and it's basically a catered fishing charter at that point. All right, so those are some add-ons that you can work with other people in your industry, or not even in your industry, but other local people, or other products that you can promote, and then you say, okay, we brought you this, we're going to pay, we want this much money off of this sale for you, okay? All right. So these are add-ons to a product that they've already bought. So you don't want to share more of what they've already bought with them. They already bought it. That problem is solved in their mind. So you don't need to solve that problem for them again and again. Okay? Now, you can include links to other people's products that you have a partnership with and make sure that they always track your link so that you get credit for it, so that you get that money out of it. All right? Make sure that it meets the next need that the client is going to have or customer is going to have. All right. So, what are they going to need next? All right. They just bought my fishing charter. They're going to need food. They're going to need bait. They're going to need fishing rods. They're going to need, even transportation to the charter site. Okay. So, think about those things. Help them plan the experience so that you actually make the experience way more valuable to them. It's also going to help with your customer service. Okay? All right. Now, tagging your links for data mining. This is really important, and I always recommend that people use the Google Analytics developer tool, the campaign URL builder. There will be a link for this down in the notes below. Make sure that you use this. And when you do it, you fill out your link. So I would just copy my link that I'm putting in my into my email. That's from my personal website. Now, if you're linking to somebody else's website, you do not need to do this because you're not going to get that information. Okay, that's not going to tag the link unless it's an affiliate link. Okay, so you're going to want to grab that link and throw it down into that tool. And then you can fill out these forms. It'll automatically generate a unique link for this email that will help you track all of the information within your Google Analytics dashboard. All right. So make sure that the medium is always email so it shows correctly in Google Analytics. Keep it all lowercase with dashes to indicate spaces, okay? So don't put any spaces in there. Just put a dash in between words. And always keep your naming conventions the same so that it's really easy for you to look for your information and it's really clear what's going on, okay? Now, the questions that I got from that section were, how do we find affiliate programs? And that's a really amazing question because a lot of people struggle to find affiliate programs. I took an amazing course from a girl named Michelle. She makes over $150,000 a month from her blog through affiliate marketing. And she wrote a complete course on how you do affiliate marketing properly. And I loved the course. It opened my eyes and made me realize that I was leaving money on the table that I didn't even know was on the table. So I'm going to put a link to that down below. It is my affiliate link because I want her to know that I'm sending people to her and that I really loved her course. So use that link. You'll get a little bit of a discount when you use that link. And so just go on and use that link down in the bottom if you're interested in taking that course. It's a couple $100s, but I made that couple $100s back within weeks of taking her course. So don't be afraid to spend the money there. Don't be scared of spending the money to learn about this because affiliate marketing is one of the number one ways that you can grow your business without having to do much of anything. All right? All right, the last section that we're going to be talking about today is tracking your data. All right, we want to make sure that everything to do with our email marketing, we are not just willy-nilly putting a bunch of stuff up in there. We are tracking and monitoring and measuring everything. All right, so let's talk about typical open rates. An open rate is affected by your subject line and your pre-header. All right, so however your subject line, however good that is, that's going to directly affect how many people open your email. Okay, so that's why subject lines are really, really super important. Make sure that if you're having a struggle with subject lines, read lots of blogs, read lots of information, and there are some tools that you can use to write better subject lines. And Constant Contact has links to those in that blog that I mentioned, which will be up in, I believe it was section 2 or section 3 when we talked about subject lines. So a good open rate is generally around between 15 and 25% for marketing emails. Transactional emails, meaning somebody bought something from you and this is the follow up email. So the transactional email open rates are typically between 30 and 40%. All right. This is exactly why that transactional email is so important to have an affiliate link. All right. You are getting 30 to 40% of the people that are opening that email, they're going to click through and they're going to buy something from you. You just took your sale from maybe being a, $15 or $20 sale to being a $40 sale, depending on the affiliate product that you are promoting. So it really changes the dynamic of your business when you're getting money selling things that you don't even have, you don't have to support it. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to, all you're doing is sending people to it, telling them, hey, you need this. And when they buy or when they click, you're getting money for that. All right. If you're new to email marketing, your open rate is going to be low. Don't worry about it. You're going to get better at writing subject lines. You're going to get better at writing your pre-header text, and you will get better open rates. And the more regularly that you send, your open rate will go up. Okay. Now let's talk about click through rate. All right. Click through rate, or CTR, is affected by the calls to action that we talked about and your copy. All right. So a good click through rate ranges from 1.5% to about 3%, depending on your industry. All right. Now, you can check your individual industry with this link right here, bit.ly/email stats 2017. And that is going to give you the list for 2017 with statistics broken down by industry and what your click through and open rates should be specifically for your industry. So use that resource to actually measure yourself and see how you're doing based on the industry. Um, with a clean list, you can always expect that you're going to get better click throughs. All right. So if you have not purchased a list through a spammy site that wants you to buy a list of emails, and you haven't grown your list by shady sources, you can expect that you're going to get a better click through rate. All right. It is not about the size of your list, it is about the dedication and the interest of the people that are on your list. All right. So the larger your list grows from sources like scam buying list websites and things like that, the worse your click through rate and open rates will always be. All right. Also, if you're buying lists, you may also get more spam reports, resulting in your list getting blacklisted. Your email marketing will get blacklisted and you won't show up on anyone's websites. All right. So just make sure that you're not doing that. Make sure that you're not buying these lists and putting them in there. It's just never going to benefit you. It's not going to be a good situation. You're going to have to back yourself out of it. And it could be a really frustrating situation for you later. All right. How to pull reports. All right. So system reports can help you see how well you perform. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in your email provider. It's going to give you a click through rate. It's going to give you a section that says reports, usually within your email provider, depending on the email provider. And you're going to be able to look and see how many people are clicking, how many people are looking, how many people are reading, all of that kind of stuff. You can also go to Google Analytics and track your click-through rates on your campaigns with your links that we tagged earlier on in this lesson. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to send out an email on how to do all of that when we talk about how to set up your first email and how to send it out. All right? So make sure that you're checking your email inbox, because I'm going to be sending you that whole series, and I'm going to walk you through how to write your first email, how to get it linked correctly, how to send it out, and what to put in there. All right. So I'm going to help you get your first email out, and then you'll be well on your way to making money with email marketing. All right. You always want to make sure you compare your numbers to yourself. All right. Make sure that you're growing. Make sure that you're seeing improvement on a regular basis. All right. Now, the question that I got at the end of this section was, how can I write my first email? What do I need to put in it? And so this was my solution, was that go ahead and sign up for my email list. This email challenge is going to take you through 5 days of writing an email start to finish, everything: links, pre-header text, subject lines, body copy, everything that you need to know, graphics. It's all going to be in this email sequence that I'm going to be sending out. I'm going to walk you through it. It'll give you daily tasks that'll take you less than 5 minutes. And in 5 days from now, you will be able to send out an awesome email that will convert. Okay? Now, if you haven't already, I would love to connect with you on social media. Go to facebook.com/the social caffeine, and that's my company name, or you can connect with me directly on Instagram, and my handle is at Brittany Lee Thompson. I'm so glad that you guys watched this today. If you need to rewatch it, absolutely do that. Rewind it, rewatch it, use it, and let me know how it works for you because I really want to see you successful. Thank you again for watching, and I hope that you guys have a happy day. Happy marketing!